Meanwhile, let's get...
What's going on, people? Welcome to the United Stand and welcome to the Flex and Rants show. What are you saying, Rants?
Bro, I'm good, boy. I'm tanned, boy. So there, man. Suntan
I'm
Superman, bro. Suntan Superman. I feel good, fam.
Comfortable,
you know
like mid-30s out there in Malta,
Yeah,
but back to early
comfortable.
30s here, man. It's hot here, isn't it?
Bro, I'm loving it. I'm loving it, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep the melanin topped and that. Like, yeah, bro. I'm
Back to
loving
50,
it.
innit?
Bruv, come on now. Come on now. You think I'm Prince Harry or something about 50? Come on now.
Just saying, innit?
Nah.
Listen, we lost to Crystal Palace at home.
Yeah.
You missed that.
Bro, it was on every single screen out there, bro. Manchester United is huge. United shirts everywhere. Screens, like 3 o'clock kickoff on the screen, bro. Like out there.
Well, especially outside
in,
England.
Yeah,
they
in
get
the
all
continent.
games,
So yeah.
They get all the games.
Like, yeah.
We're gonna start talking about, can Ole Gunnar Solskjaer turn this around? Yeah, this is a stat. Yeah, I'm gonna. This is a stat that I'm gonna read to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get it up now, right? 12 points from United's last 15 games. Yeah, if by ignoring this weekend. But we've had 40 out of 45 points. We've taken 12. I know it's last season as well.
But what did I say though last season?
Last
Remember I said that the form we finished the season on was sackable.
Yeah.
I did say that.
Yeah.
I said literally,
Yeah, it was.
like it was sackable, bro. Like it was. So like we can't overlook that, innit? Like it's one of them ones where I'm hurt, yeah, because it's like I really want it to work out for Oli. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not his
We all
fault.
do. Yeah,
It's not his fault he was given the job. Like a lot of the stuff that's going on is not his fault.
Yeah.
It's just not his fault, so I can't blame him. Because if you look at the last 6 years, everything, all fingers point to the board and the ownership. We've got owners on the board that don't give a shit if we challenge or win titles. It's all about money to them. Do you know what I mean? They appointed the wrong managers consistently. Do you know what I mean? As much as I despise Maureen, yeah, it's not his fault that he got given the job. He should have never been considered for the job in the first place. At least with Van Gaal, yeah, I understood it because Van Gaal's got the whole youth thing and he coaches players and he develops players. Like in theory, do you know what I mean? He had the right kind of idea.
The closest.
Yeah, he was the closest thing that you could say to the ethos of the club. But Maureen was nothing like that. That was literally chalk and cheese. He should have never been considered for the job. That's the reason why he was never considered for the Barcelona job, and so on and so forth. He's a quick fix merchant, and actually, he's left us in a worse position than he found us because Matic, Lukaku, Sanchez, we're offloading all of them.
Yeah.
There's even talk of Fred being gotten rid of now.
Starting again.
So we're starting all over again. He
starting
set
again.
The guy set us back 2 seasons by being there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zlatan came in, he's gone. Mkhitaryan came in, he's gone. So Pogba's the only one that survived.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? The only player that survived the starting lineup.
What about
Shambles.
things that Oli we can look at him for? We've said about the positives in terms of shifting certain man out, no Phil Jones, no Smalling, Young, etc. Matic, great. The Lingard situation's going on, but we've said it's part of the crop of players that we've got. The McTominay people come and saying he wasn't very good on the weekend, hasn't been good since the start of the season. No set piece taker in the squad. We've bought a player in Harry Maguire that It's kid that, and we've got Luke Shaw literally coming from left back over the other side of the pitch to take a corner. When I saw that, that's panic signs to me. We still got Rashford on free kicks. We still got Oli. Look, we're not expecting Oli to come out and diss his players. We know that even with the Lukaku situation, he still didn't even. But he's still coming out even after Lingard's playing so poorly, and saying it's fine because of the energy he has. He just runs. What are you with the bits you're looking at Oli that he is in charge of? Why aren't we seeing Gomez even in the squad? Chong in the squad, Garner in the squad?
Because his mentality, for me, is he's like an old school British manager. Like it's all about intensity and work rate and all of that, and everything else comes secondary. That's what it looks like. Even when you see at the squads he picks and everything like that, and the kind of players man are getting linked with and all that. Do you know what I mean? When people make jokes and say, "Oh, Brexit FC" and all that, yeah, like this is where it comes from. Like there's loads of ballers that we could have got at a fraction of the price. Do you know what I mean? But he's on this heritage football thing. It's dead, bro. Like, I'm gonna be real. Like, I'm a fan of his, yeah. I want him to do well. Like, I'm a fan of what he wants to do. But, like, I heard someone say something, it got reposted on Instagram, and it's real talk, yeah. Like, when you look, man are saying he wouldn't even be the best manager in the championship. Because when you look at Bielsa at Leeds and that, yeah, it's like, tactically with Oli, if plan A doesn't work, I don't see anything. The difference, I said the same thing about Klopp, but the difference is Klopp's plan A is up here, fam.
It never fails.
Ollie's plan A is all here, fam.
Yeah.
Do you see what I mean? So it's like, tactically, like he's got it all to prove because he's looking hella one-dimensional now. At the moment, it's like, yeah, we press this, that, and the other. But because he hasn't got the players that are going to deliver that high-quality end product again and again and again, it's just not enough.
But is that why you're looking at the board again? Because
no, you are looking at the board
because you see what you're saying about like he hasn't got the players for it, but he wants to play this certain way.
Yeah.
We saw with Pep, and I'm not comparing Pep and Ollie as managers because there is no comparison.
No, but I know where you're going, and
do you see what I'm saying? Like, he was given the backing by the board and have ruthless transfer windows.
Same with Klopp,
because the money's there. Same with
they
Klopp.
were playing the same football, but they didn't have the players.
And Liverpool aren't even spending 80 M's, 90 M's on one man and stuff like that. He was doing it off Mane, 35 million, but fits the profile. Salah, what was he? 40, 30.
Yeah, but that comes down to not having a good DOF and all of these things up there.
Because the structure's not there, they're not being ruthless. And we always come back to the same problem. Like, Gary Neville's been in the media obviously saying that we need 4 or 5 transfer windows. And you're thinking, if we were ruthless, we've just wasted one.
We don't need 4 or 5
then
transfer
what makes
windows.
us think we're going to get to January and do it? We'd probably not, never do it in January. Then the summer, in the last 2 summers, our net's been about, well, it was 50 million last year. This year it was like,
even more.
It could go down even.
And Fred possibly moving.
Do you know what I'm saying? So we're not exactly, we've spent like over 150 million-ish on the defenders and that. But when you break it down in net and the people coming out in the wage bill that's been freed up, the investment's not that deep.
If we had a good structure, we would barely need 2 windows to compete.
Yeah.
That's it. Because players would want to come, if they could see that there's a vision and there's a structure to everything. Like, Arsenal signed 6 men in one window. Do you know what I mean? And they got a couple loan deals and that. Like, why don't we get loan deals? Do you know what I mean? It's a joke thing.
Yeah.
Like, how are man getting good ballers on loan from Real Madrid and that? Like, and what? But we can't do that because we don't have the structure. It's that simple. We don't need 5 windows. Gary Neville's talking out his ass, but it wouldn't be the first time. Do you know what I'm saying? I see man getting onto him on Twitter. Welcome, bro. Finally, you man seen Lamar slipped, fam. Never been a fan. Do you know what I mean? Club legend and all that, I don't care, innit? But when it comes to man's opinions on a club, I disagree with a lot of them. Do you know what I mean? And it's just one of them things where if we had the right structure, this window alone would have been enough to take us up into the top 3 because Tottenham didn't have a great summer. They didn't really improve massively.
No, they're looking like even Pochettino saying that they're unsettled and you know, and look, in the grand scheme of things,
that 3rd spot was up for grabs, Flex.
Absolutely. We all kept bottling it. Yeah. Between us, Spurs, Chelsea and Arsenal, we were all just pissing around. Yeah. And that is the key. But it's interesting when you say about we don't have the right structure, because I agree. But I also think we don't have the right intent. Like that intention of the hierarchy to go, let's go be ruthless, let's
But the intent is not there, and that's why the structure's not there.
Yeah,
Do you see
hand
what
in
I
hand.
mean?
Yeah.
Because if these men were like, yo, we want to compete, we want to win, they would make sure that they put everything in place to facilitate that happening. Right now, they're just happy to kind of go through the motions, like making more money, because that's all it's about. And
which Man United will always do.
Exactly, but that's why I don't get too upset now. Like, we lost the game, I didn't care, bro.
Yeah.
You know why I didn't care? Because I can't, why am I caring more than the people that own the club, bro? Like, you're setting yourself up for emotional distress for the whole season. Like, I feel like I support Leicester City, bro. Even they got more ambition than us. Even Wolves got more ambition than us. So right now, I'm just looking at it like, yo, I support a top 6 club. Like, so yeah, we're going to lose some of these games, we're going to win some, and then we'll see where we are at the end of the season.
That was a big thing about it, because you see when we sat down at the beginning of the season, as soon as that transfer window was shut, I know there was a bit where we were confident, but you were more so confident on a couple of signings. We didn't get any after the Maguire deal, and we all sat down and said, 5th or 6th.
Yeah, that's it.
You know,
straight away.
And you know what, Rants? A guy, I think he could be playing for Hackney Wick actually. I interviewed him on the weekend. I think he's Miles' friend actually, the big tall guy. He said he's a centre half as well, said he's coming for me, so we'll see about that. But he said, Flex, what's Ollie's credentials? And remember that show we done just before I went off the tour?
I remember I said,
and you went, yeah, it's mad, you know, like in any other thing, we would never support this guy.
Yeah.
But we are. And he said, what's his credentials? At Mulder, got relegated, Cardiff,
I see a man say that on paper, Steve Bruce is the only worse manager than Ollie in the league, fam. Because, bro, when you look at it, you've got man like Pellegrini, these man are league title winners in the Premier. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. Wolves manager's wavy, Everton's manager's wavy, Arsenal got a manager that's won 3 European titles, You see what I'm saying? Then you got Pep and Klopp. Like, you just keep going down.
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, like Newcastle are the only team that arguably don't have a better manager than us. You could argue that Eddie Howe probably is as qualified as Ollie. Do you see what I mean? Like, you could argue that.
Nah, it's do you know what it is?
And
it's the
it's
realization.
painful,
That's what I was gonna say. It's actually the pain because really.
Remember the show? I laughed.
We're all about
I said, why are we optimistic about this?
Why are we
we're
backing this
being
guy?
real, innit?
It's the pain that kicks
Like,
in.
man are calling him the Norwegian, what's it, PE teacher right now.
It's mad.
And man have to deal with it.
I think you know what it is. It's the acceptance. There's two things that us as Man United fans have to do. Yeah, we have to accept where we are. So you know, we have to admit that we're not a great side anymore. We're not.
We're a great club,
the club
but
in
we're not a
stature
good
is still
football
massive
team.
and it's still the most successful in the Premier League. All of that. I get all of that. But we need to look at where we realistically are. And if you're not, then you've got your goggles off. You need to take them off, basically. Yeah. But two, we still need to hold. There's one side of it accepting where you are, but we still need to have in regards that don't want to accept it in terms of it's just okay.
It's not.
Do you see what I'm saying? We still got aspirations to and that is where I feel like at the top, I feel like maybe they're just going, do you know what? It's just okay. It's just our cycle.
Yeah, but it's not okay for me. But I feel like our fan base, especially here. Do you know what I mean? You got too many of these fans that are like, oh, if you say anything against the club, then you're not a real fan, and they're calling you plastics and that. These are the people that facilitate this bullshit behaviour from the board. Do you know what I mean? Because it's not support these men at all costs. Do you know what I mean? I said it a million times, yeah? Do you know what I mean? You can be patriotic and still say, yo, fuck Boris Johnson, bruv. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? Like, just because you can not like who runs the country and still love your country. And the same goes for Manchester United. See what I mean? So when people are trying to shut down people that are voicing their concern or their unhappiness with the club, this is the reason. There's a divide there. And because there's a divide there, like, we're never going to get a resolution. And that's why I'm just emotionally detached from a lot of it. Like, I'm being extremely logical and I'm looking at the squad we have, the manager we have, the money that we're spending and saying we have no right to compete. Like, and boy, I just have to support the club like I'm supporting a Leicester or Wolves and just be like, you know what?
Whatever happens,
like,
happens.
Whatever happens, bro. Like, I'm just going to have a great day out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's what it is. And we'll see what happens at the end of the season. I
I
can't invest emotionally more than that.
I definitely, just to finish off this section before we move on to the next, I will say that I've definitely taken that tact in terms of, that's what I'm saying about understanding where you are. We knew, I tweeted out as well, there's going to be a lot more games like we saw against Wolves.
Yeah,
the team that we now are, with how Ollie's setting us up, is counter-attacking. We're going to be that team where we could potentially finish 5th or 6th. Yeah, you could come to Old Trafford, might get a difficult game, we might turn you over, but we're not going to be up there competing.
71% possession and lost.
And that's what's going to happen in a lot of games, because all the other teams now, if Crystal Palace can come to Old Trafford, and beat us there, I think for the first time in their history, innit?
Yeah.
If they can do that, what, you don't think Sheffield United are looking at it and thinking, when we go Old Trafford, just let them have the ball, we'll just sit back.
Yeah.
You think that flipping Newcastle, who just beat Spurs away, you think Steve Bruce, as much as we said he'll be gone by Christmas, it just proves how crazy this league is. You think he's not thinking we can't do the same to Manchester United?
Yep.
If we can go to Tottenham and do that. You keep thinking all these other teams, do you know what I'm saying? Your Brightons, your Bournemouths.
Yeah, there's no fear factor.
So there's no fear factor against it. And it hasn't been really since Sir Alex has left, so it isn't just a new thing. But now more than ever, in terms of letting us have the ball, we're almost terrible with that, and we need teams to have the ball. I almost feel, I could end up eating my words, I almost feel that we'll probably do slightly better against the top teams.
Yeah.
Like, you look at how Chelsea came, and they bossed us.
Because they give us space.
Bossed us, and then we just had to nick it, counter-attack.
Yeah.
Same, maybe when Arsenal come, I think that'll be a very interesting game. It will just be end-to-end. I think Arsenal put us under a lot of pressure in certain times. Yeah. We must try and counter them. They'll probably be looking to the same as us, so that'll be a very fiery game. But your Tottenhams, your Cities, your Liverpools, when they come to Old Trafford, I think we'll give them a better game because those guys will actually dominate us. Yeah. You know, maybe even Wolves. Maybe even Wolves. But there you go, man. Lingard. Actually, not just Lingard. Number 10 position. Yeah. Most advanced midfielder, in that area for Manchester United. The Lingard debate's been going on, or not even debate. People just rinsing him. Yeah. He's not good enough. Yeah. He's not got enough goals. He's not got enough assists. Basically, he's just living off the dancing at the Emirates. Yeah. And there was a little purple patch he had like a couple of years ago.
Yeah, everything was this guy.
And don't get me wrong, scored a goal, FA Cup final, won as FA Cup, so I'm not disregarding that. However, Manchester United, number 10, you're looking for numbers, you're looking for creativity. Yes, Lingard is fairly intelligent with his runs and the positions he picks up, but I feel that when he does pick up those positions, the quality's maybe not quite there.
It's not,
However, we've got this problem of he probably is the best we have in that position. If you're looking at senior players, Mata, you could say, is not mobile enough. He might be more creative, but he might not be able to get about the pitch. Because let's not forget it. We fall into this trap as football fans. This time last year, and I saw it.
Yeah.
Every fan saying, "Why is Mata playing? He's too slow. Yeah. He's past it now. Put Lingard in there." Yeah. That's what people were saying because he's more mobile.
Yeah, because he's the best of our band.
And now he's come in, and then he's not getting any numbers.
Yeah.
It's like, put Gomez in there. Put it, and we'll always keep searching for the next player if something's not right. But screaming for Gomez, loads of fans. How do you feel on Gomez being able to come in and rectify that problem? Untried, untested at that level, but why not give him a chance? Pereira, Fred, put Pogba in the 10. What do you see as the solution to this 10 problem? Because right now, we ain't got one.
The problem is, because we don't have the depth in midfield, because for me, I'd play Pogba there. Just free him
in the 10?
Yeah, I'd play him there because we don't have no one else. And he's our most creative player. Like, he goes past people. Even for the penalty that he missed, he was the one breaking into the box and going past players and drawing fouls. Play Pogba higher up the pitch. He can shoot from outside the area and he can play them little slide rule passes. And he can take players out of the game by going past them. Do you see what I'm saying? So, like, there's no way he's giving you less than Lingard in that role. But the problem is, then you'd have to play Fred. You'd have to play a Fred McTominay. I would happily do that. I'd happily play Fred and McTominay deeper. Like, I don't even understand why Fred can't even play in that number 10 position. Because
that's what I was thinking.
Because he's quick, he can shoot with both feet, and he can pass. So, Fred's an option for that as well.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand Ollie's logic with the whole Lingard thing. Like, I don't care about numbers for me. Like, when people are like, oh yeah, but Lingard's numbers, I don't care about those numbers because I can show you other numbers when Lingard finishes a game and he's got like 98% pass completion and all that. Like, there's numbers that make him look good, there's numbers that make him look crap. Do you know what I mean? I'm not really...
So from what you're saying from face value though, is he doing enough to warrant stay in that position
he's
and not even
but it's not because of the numbers, it's because of what I'm seeing in games. Like, he just goes missing. But the same could be said for Marcus Rashford. I haven't seen Rashford have a good game in about 6 months, but no one talks about it because he scores goals, so it kind of hides the fact that he does nothing else. Do you know what I mean? He's been poor.
But would it be that bad then if Lingard was getting 8 goals or creating 5 goals but doing all this, then we wouldn't be having this conversation?
No, because
he's literally,
it's still
there is no output.
It's still
zero.
It's still not enough, bro. It's still not enough because for me, like, do you know what I mean? I don't even want to bring it back to Liverpool because people say, oh, you talk about Liverpool a lot, but bruv, like, they're the team in terms of where they've come from to where they are.
Yeah.
We need to be replicating that.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
As much as they're the rivals.
And when you look at Firmino, yeah, he ain't scored this season, but bruv, he's already done so much that, like, you can't see it on the stat sheet, but that guy is the glue that holds that attack together. He's brilliant. He's my favourite player in the league outside of Pogba. Like, he's different. Like, he's different class. On paper, it don't look amazing, but what he does, if you take him out that Liverpool team, they don't even look like half the team, bro. You see what I mean? So I don't care about the paper and all that. The facts are, Jesse's not offering enough. You know what I mean? And even with Rashi, even though he's scoring like the odd goal here and there, he's still not offering enough. Like, he's not doing nothing. At least with Martial, if he doesn't score, I can say, yo, he's linked the play well. Yeah. Even for the Pogba penalty, it was them two linking up again. Loads of different times against Crystal Palace again, Martial coming deep, doing a little flick. I think from Tominay's penalty, it was Martial as well, wasn't it?
And also for Daniel James' goal.
But there you go.
Pogba fed it into him, he took a couple of touches.
But this is what I'm saying. That is what people offer that you don't see on the stat sheet. For me, Lingard ain't offering nothing on the stat sheet and he's not offering much
it's holistically, there's nothing.
Altogether, there's nothing. If I could say, you know what, it doesn't look good on paper, but I can see what he offers. But right now, all he offers is an engine. And that's why I said he'll always be a squad player. He'll be our Darren Fletcher. That's what he is. The fact that he's being forced into being a first team player is similar to what happened with Smalling and Jones.
So where does it come into with Ollie then?
You got to play Gomez.
Because he's coming out after the game. He's saying after the game, fine, really happy with Jesse. Because he runs.
Yes, because...
He's saying that I'm happy with that.
He's got this Brexit mentality. That's what man don't like. And this United DNA bullshit, bruv. You know what I mean? Bullshit. I don't like that. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Because for me, like, Daniel James looks better on the left than Rashford. I'm putting it out there. What a goal he scored. Do you know what a goal he scored? But, bro, like, look how many fouls this Bray's winning and how many plays he's committing. Rashford's not doing that.
The Daniel James thing, let's bring in Daniel James here, because I feel like a lot of people have said, like, oh, I see him as an impact player only, like he's been quite poor in the other 2 games, like against Wolves. Obviously got booked for diving.
I don't think he was poor against Wolves.
And that's what I was just going to say. I don't actually feel he's been that bad. I think he's been like a constant threat, a pain in the arse for defenders. They have to bring him down. Don't get me wrong, all right, you've got the yellow card because he's anticipating. I think it was Nuruddin who said it in the player.
Anticipating contact.
He anticipates contact and sometimes, you can...
But that's not a dive though. It just looks bad when the contact doesn't come.
But when you're saying about Rashford, about how they've started the season, He's got 2 goals.
Yeah.
Right, one coming off the bench, and one was a fantastic goal. Yes, the mentality needs to change though, because you're not a Swansea anymore.
Yeah.
Like, you're scoring top bins in that Stretford end, but bro, it's 1-1 and it's the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, I know, but I don't blame him for that.
But it's the feeling, and I get that.
But
He'll
I don't
learn
blame
from
him for
that.
that.
But what, back to your point is, I don't actually think Daniel James is as bad as a lot of you lot have been saying in terms of he's an impact player. I think, to be fair, I actually rate Ollie for actually starting him.
I think he is an impact player.
Because he's done all right. He's got 2 goals in 3 games.
On the left, he's better than Rashford. He's better than Rashford because at least he knows what he wants to do. Do you know what I'm saying? I think his close control and dribbling is better than Rashford's, and like the purpose in which he whipped that. Rashford would cut in and just smashed it with the laces. Probably.
With Rashford though, I don't think it's as black and white as saying just Daniel James is better than him.
No,
it's,
I'm
in
saying
terms
he
of right now.
No, I'm saying he looks
with
better
Rashford,
than him at the moment in terms
he's
of
rushing everything.
In terms of output.
Why did like he's just
bro? I'm not saying he's a better footballer than Marcus Rashford, but what I'm saying is
just
he
right
looks
now in form.
better.
Yeah, he does.
No,
He
because
does.
Rashford ain't looked good for at least 6 months, bro. People are forgetting against PSG, he scored the penalty, but he was shit.
Yeah, he was.
Rashford
He
has been
was.
shit for at least the whole season.
And then the excuse was he was nursing that injury, that
And then
ankle
man said
injury.
he's tired,
Then he was being off,
overplayed.
recouped, and then it's like, right, we're going to see Rashford start firing.
And remember when I said,
okay in pre-season.
Remember last season I said, bruv, he's a Crystal Palace player, yeah, in terms of his average performance output, bruv. He's poor, bruv. Like, I don't care. His numbers look good on paper. Like, that's why I spoke about it on my channel.
They don't even look that great.
No, I spoke about it on my channel as well. Like, against the top 6, his numbers look really good.
Yeah.
They look really good, but when you're playing for Manchester United and you're a forward player, you're always going to be there or thereabouts, bro. You're going to be because of the chances and stuff like that you get. But the facts are, on a game-to-game basis, his average performance output is probably a 6 out of 10. It's a 6 out of 10.
That's being generous. I will say with Rashford, is that the biggest frustration that I'm seeing is like, is basic shit, Rants. I'm talking to like, taking a touch, having a look about, pop it off, move. I'm talking real basics, like bad decision making. Like there was a time. I don't know. Obviously, when you if you watched the whole of the Palace game, there was a time where we was on the attack, building it, and Rashford's about 30 yards from goal, and you're thinking, right, move it to the left now, get in the box, or do something like, do you know what I mean, or something. He just took a P-roller shot from about 35 yards and just killed the attack. It was just a bad shot decision.
Remember Daniel James's goal that he scored when Pogba linked up with Martial on the halfway line, and I said it, if that was Rashford, he would have tried to turn and run.
Yeah, when really all you need to do is just pop it.
His football IQ is non-existent, and this is where my criticism from Rashford will always be. The basic stuff he can't do in it, and it's not because I personally don't like him. People saying it's not an agenda. The same thing about Luke Shaw. I told you it's not an agenda. Man got pulled up for Ashley Young, so that means Ollie's seeing it. You see what I mean? But when I said it early, people didn't want to see it.
He's injured though. He's injured.
Yeah, but either
way,
way,
for a month now.
Yeah, but the thing is, he got pulled up for Ashley Young. Yeah, but you weren't playing well. Do you see what I'm saying? And Ashley Young offered more, bruv. Like on the left-hand
side. Do you know what? Hold that thought right there, because we're going to talk about that.
And that's what I'm saying. So my thing is, yeah, I'm looking at football holistically, bruv. I don't have favourites, bruv. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't have favourites. Like, if you're playing well, you're playing well. Remember, I said McTominay's trash, yeah, and then he showed me something else, and I said, you know what? McTominay has to start ahead of Matic.
People forget that you can change your opinion with what you've been seeing.
Yeah, it's not flip-flopping. It's called getting new evidence, bruv. At the time, when he was playing with Fellaini and Matic, McTominay looked crap.
Yeah, he did.
Then he got played centre-back. He was shocking, bro. Then McTominay had a purple patch, and now we look shit again. Do you know what I mean? Because now he's seen as a starting player, and he's not good enough to be a starting player. So realistically,
even on the McTominay situation, how are you as a football fan supposed to make your mind up as to whether this guy's going to cut the grit? You don't know.
Well, there you
go. It's been like this.
Whereas with players like Martial, I've seen enough quality in the guy to tell you, yo, he's a number 9. Look at the goals he scores. And now he's playing there. He's showing us why he should be there. He's leading the line. But there's too many men in here that are getting a free ride. Lingard's getting a free ride, and Rashford, them two get protected because they're academy graduates, bruv. Neither of them are good enough to be starting right now. Like, I wouldn't start either of them, bro.
And the worst thing is, maybe not in Lingard, but and that is the bit. This is why
I'll start James on the left because he looks good. He looked very good, and look how he took that goal.
And this is why, when we started this season, when the transfer window shut, we knew that we were effed because we're banking on Rashford scoring 20 goals. Never seen that in our life. To a certain extent, it's a gamble whether Martial.
In the show. So many things would have to happen that haven't happened yet.
And we're already seeing it after 3 games. Out of 9 points, we've taken 4. When really, we should have bagged at least 6 from these first 3 games.
And also, before I forget, for all you guys that saying that Daniel James ain't been playing well, yeah? How many chances did he have in the last game, bro? Because he actually makes more goal-scoring chances from his movement,
one that was cleared off the line.
Coming in at the back post from the right-hand side twice. He had shots pretty much cleared off the line. The keeper made a good save from him. He had 1 blocked as well, and he scored. This guy is creating,
he's our most informed player.
He's our most informed player
now,
in terms of creating chances, and this is the guy that man are onto. But he's playing better than Rashford right now.
He is.
Do you see what I mean? So it's like, watch the game properly, innit, and stop this nonsense, because I'm seeing certain players getting singled out that don't need to get singled out. I'm seeing certain men get away with it that shouldn't be getting away with it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just like, come on, guys, like watch the game.
And to clear it up, we're not saying.
And I'm not saying that James is a worldie,
because people always take things.
He ain't good enough to be starting for us.
Exactly. What we're saying is that from the evidence we've seen in the last 3 games, and where I've seen a lot of people been getting on to James, I'm just saying from where I've been sitting in the stands, I think his output's been quite good. That's what I think. Now, just to finish off this section, I don't think for 1 second that this is going to happen, because I just believe that Ollie has it set. I think he blindly backs Lingard. I think he's his boy. I think he's going to be the next name on the team sheet in that same 10 position against Southampton. If not, I'll be amazed. But should Gomez get a chance in there?
Yeah, he should. But also, what about Fred, bruv? Like, he likes players that can run.
Soft getting married.
Fred has got
Man's
pace.
out doing up vows and prenups, bro.
Fred has got pace, yeah. He's tenacious. He can shoot with both feet and he can pass. Fred could play in there.
So
he's
Fred.
small.
So these are our
and
options.
So could Gomez, but he don't like
Pereira.
Gomez and that because they're small. I think Pereira's not mobile enough to play the 10 like the way Ollie
and
wants to play.
Pogba, but in the balance of the squad is probably
balance of the
best
squad,
not.
he's best to stay back because McTominay's not good enough and he's playing both roles on his own.
So that's three. That's three players there.
You got to play Gomez in there. Yeah, give him a go because Gomez is quick, he's creative, he can go past players, he can shoot. And he's a set piece taker, he can take free kicks and all that. But Ollie don't like him really because he's too small, innit? And again, that's his mentality, that old school mentality.
I just think also as well, just lastly, I feel like...
Because he prefers Chong, bruv. Chong's not better than Gomez.
But none of these
Chong's bigger than him.
None of these men are in the squad. I'm thinking after such a successful pre-season tour, especially for the young guys being part of it, to just go back to not being in the squad when we're so thin, because when you're looking at the bench, it's only really Mason Greenwood you're looking at who can come on and really change the game. Matt's coming on the last 5 minutes here and there. Then you got Young, then you got Tuanzebe, and then Matic maybe or whatever. But you're not really. There's no one on the bench who's really got anything. So how could Chong not be on the bench? How could Gomez not be on the bench? I don't understand. Especially when Ollie's saying that these young players
down on the bench,
chance.
bruv, and let him make impact from there.
Yeah. And the thing is, the worst thing about that, Rants, never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Never gonna happen. All right, people, now it's time for the questions section. Let's check it out. This one is from Andre, at Andre 20 times. And this is something here that I've actually been thinking about for a while as well. He says, do you think De Gea's novelty of being the best in the world has worn off? Has the pressure of maintaining performances got to him with the likes of Edison and Alisson coming into the league? I'll let you go first on this.
I don't think it's that. I was thinking about this the other day and I got to question his, I just have to question his attitude. I'm going to be honest with you because I feel like he's just not trying as hard as he used to. I think that he's got complacent, getting player of the year all them times in a row, being a senior member of the squad, and I feel like, like he's dropped the ball. Like that's what I feel like. I feel like he's getting complacent. That goal against Crystal Palace was 100% his fault. I don't care. Like, you know when you say, but Dave saved us so many times, near post. I would have saved that, bruv. There was no power in that. I would have saved that, bro.
Same as the Sane one last
And I'm not a
season.
goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's the same.
Do you know what I mean? Like, if I got beaten at my near post like that in fucking goals 5-a-side, I'd be disappointed.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's disgraceful, bruv. Do you know what I mean? You're one of the highest paid players at the club now, bruv. And you're doing that. Like, I have to blame him 100%. Do you know what I mean? So, like, it's cool. He's saved us a lot of times, and yeah, we're grateful. But at the same time, it's your job. Do you know what I mean? Like, if a guy scores 40 goals a season, like, we don't win fuck all. You know what I mean? It's not like, don't criticise that miss or he should have passed it because he scored 40 goals. Nah, bro, he should have passed it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he's still got to maintain the levels.
He fucked that. And De Gea has peaked, bro. Like, and he's consistently been shit now for over 12 months. And you don't get shit overnight. So I have to question his attitude. Do you know what I mean?
I think the way you're saying
it's not injuries or anything like that.
It's not injuries. We gave him the benefit of the doubt last year in terms of this contract situation, which to a lot of reports is pretty much already done. He's the captain now as well.
And also, don't forget, remember under LVG, when there was a contract dispute, he got dropped under LVG and Valdez was the goalkeeper.
They just kept playing him.
Because his head went. So clearly there's something wrong with De Gea's attitude that people ain't talking about because LVG dropped him, remember?
His head is gone and Ollie just kept persisting with playing him the back end of last season. And to be fair, I actually criticised Ollie last year for not protecting him because sometimes as a player, when you're in the firing line, you think you got this. I got this. Nah, bro, you ain't got this. You need to sit out. That should have happened last year. Then we've had all the pre-season. Contract still not signed. Officially unveiled, all of that still not done.
Yeah, but it's done.
Then he's come back and we're still seeing some of the bullshit mistakes. Yeah. Have the utmost respect for David De Gea. He's been here a long time, and like you said, he's a
been a great servant.
However, also I do feel where you're saying not only has he peaked, but I think the goalkeeper has now changed as well. He hasn't evolved with this new age goalkeeper.
But
you're looking at Alisson and Edison, bro. You know what? They're on par, if not better.
Yeah.
Shot stopping, Because even, I have to be honest, and this is me being completely honest with myself. I used to say, yeah, but no one's a shot stopper like Dave. Yeah. No one. Well, these men are now. Yeah, they are.
No, but Dave will still make the saves that you wouldn't expect no one else 100%. To make. But then he's making loads of basic errors.
And now he's making errors that I wouldn't expect other people to make.
He commands the area well, but he doesn't sweep well. He's slow off his line.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? And he's not good with his feet. I think that like the new age goalkeepers have kind of gone on, and people are forgetting how long De Gea's been. He's nearly due a testimonial.
It's not. This is not a diss. This is just how we see it. He is one of the top keepers in the world, and still will be, and we have to keep him. I'm not saying get rid of him.
People would be like, what now? You're saying De Gea's crap now? No.
Context, people.
It's not like
the question was, has his novelty of being the best in the world worn off?
And I would go as far as saying, and this might be an unpopular opinion, but I genuinely believe that De Gea wanted to leave and nobody wanted him. And that's why he ended up staying.
There was a lot of destinations for him to go to, yeah.
Nobody wanted him, bro. Yeah. Like, that's why I believe that his form... 1 second, let's let this go far. Yeah. I believe that his form has dropped as well, bruv. Loads of people are not questioning the attitude, but I genuinely believe that he wanted to leave. That's why he waited so long to sign the deal. Nobody came in for him, and he ended up signing and getting a lot of money. But I think that De Gea's wanted out twice now. He just hasn't verbally come out and said it.
He definitely wanted out the first time.
Exactly, so he hasn't been getting criticised. But for me, De Gea wanted to leave, bro. And you could see it in his performances. He didn't get that, and I think that his level has dropped because he ain't been trying as hard, and now like he's in a funk and he can't get out of it. That's what it seems like.
I think the key though, I think he has peaked as the best. I think there's a lot of keepers that have catching him up and slightly going ahead of him. So that's that on De Gea. Let us know what you think. Are we being too harsh? Do you completely agree? Let us know.
Nah, but I've defended that guy blindly.
Exactly, 100%.
Too long, but I just have to keep it 100.
You know how quick I say to a rival fan, shut up, mate. We got the best keeper in the world. Shut up, whatever. The facts are, we don't. At this present moment, anyway.
On form, we don't.
This is from Dan Sezgi. He says, do you think Young is a major downgrade on Shaw? Better going forward.
He's not. I've been saying it. Like, my thing is how I look at players, and it's the same with Marcus Rashford. I said to guys, all right, cool, yeah, tell me what he's good at. Take his pace away and tell me what he's good at. You can't tell me one thing. And it's the same with Luke Shaw, yeah. Attacking wise, he's a 5 out of 10. And defensively, he's a 5 out of 10, bruv. He's in no man's land. At least Ashley Young might give you a 6 out of 10 going forward, a 7 sometimes. Even if it's a 4 out of 10 defensively, like the pros outweigh the cons with Ashley Young. Like, he's a winger. So at least going forward, I know what I'm getting with him. He's going to be positive. He's going to try and whip a ball in and stuff like that. I don't think it is a downgrade playing Ashley Young on the left. And actually, I prefer him on the left because the in-swinging cross that Ashley Young possesses, that he used to use when he was playing left wing, is still there.
To clarify though,
and they're both
basically
still crap.
level part, because we're not saying
I'm
that
not saying
we
Ashley
prefer
Young's
to have
good.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm saying that Luke Shaw's that bad that like we're not losing
it's
out
not that
if he's
bad,
not playing.
It's almost the same if not level
par.
Bro,
now that he's not playing and Ashley Young's playing, I expect us to be more dangerous going forward.
Okay. At why always Lukaku, #Glazers out, says who should take the next penalty?
Pogba. And he's the.
I think Martial.
No. I think Martial should be. I think Martial should be a penalty taker. Period.
Yeah, we said that.
Because he's our most clinical. But out of the two, Pogba. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. Because if Pogba took that second penalty, he would have scored it, bro. He would have.
Do you know that? I don't know.
I do know that. Because
you think that?
His mentality is impenetrable, bro.
I just think fucking penalties.
No. His mentality is bulletproof, bro. It's one of them ones where Pogba's been through it all, mate.
I can't believe he missed that.
He's been through it more. He's been through it all. But it was a good penalty.
It was a great penalty.
The shape and everything, you can see what he tries to do. He hits it, he whips it into the side.
That was like the one against PSG. But it's the fine margins. Like if you go just an inch to the left, it's hitting the bar, mate.
Bro, it was a very well struck penalty.
It was. But he missed.
You missed, bro.
Doesn't matter how you I'd rather him do a P-roller and wrong foot the keeper and go in.
Yeah.
At A_2K19 says, do you think Ollie is protecting the board and owners almost like a puppet? Now that he has changed his tune ever since the back end of last season. I'm guessing what they mean is the back end of last season is you won't believe that the players that we've got, agents touting the players that come to us, some players can be moving out, and now it's like, I'm happy with this, I'm happy with that, Jesse's doing really well, we're fit, we're pressing. Do you think he's protecting?
Of course he is. The same way MUTV are protecting them by locking people off on phone calls and that. You see what I mean?
Madness.
Like at the end of the day, you don't bite the hand that feeds you, innit?
Yeah, they're not going to come out.
They're not going to come out and say it. And then on the flip side, you have people like flipping Maureen, who was always sending in directs at the board and all of that. But the problem is, the way he did it was disrespectful to the club. When you're coming here, like we're losing to Seville, and they're saying, them man are champions and that, and how many times have you been here and this, that, and the other, bruv. Don't disrespect the club, fam. Do you know what I mean? There's ways of doing it. Do you see what I mean? That's what
even
I
if it's factually true.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Don't do that. Don't disrespect the club, innit? You can take shots at the owners and express your dissatisfaction without disrespecting the legacy of this club. Do you see what I mean? And that's what I didn't like. Do you know what I mean? And that's why I didn't respect him for that, because his ego was so big that he didn't care.
We're not paying him to repeat our Wikipedia page.
But that's
what he was doing.
That's all it was about. His Wikipedia page was all he cared about.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? He's still banging on about that second place, bro. Like it's a trophy. Even though you finished like 20 points off flipping first. Do you know what I mean? So for me, yes, Ollie is protecting them, man, bro. Because Ollie put his neck on the line saying certain man weren't going to be here, X, Y, Z. And now he's had to backtrack and then say, oh, I'm happy with the squad. Are you? Like, which one is it, bro?
At Kips_Mo, is it fair to put Greenwood and Gomez on the team, in the team when they are still relatively young, being that the pressure of being a United player to deliver is a lot and the team is not good at the moment? I feel like with them, I feel that Ollie's put his neck on the line already. He's already said, with Lukaku leaving, if we would have replaced him straight away, there was no pathway for him. And he said Greenwood's going to score a lot of goals this season. So for me, you've already put the pressure on the kid.
You have to play him now.
So play him. Play him from the start of games. I do agree with not throwing him in when we're 1-0 down in a shit team that's not... Like Adam said it on a fan cam, he said start him from the beginning of games and give him a chance to grow with the game.
Yes.
Don't throw him into when we're already got loads of possession, no one's running behind, we're not doing anything with the ball, and it's very difficult.
Because then there's even
give
more
him the nod.
pressure
Say
on him
Trafford.
to make something
You look at, I know he didn't score in that game, he hit the post and he should have scored another chance at Cardiff last game of the season. He was in there from the start. From the jump, the crowd were behind him, he got into great positions and he got opportunities. If you give him a couple of games like that, all it takes is for the first one to go in and then he feels 10 foot tall. So for me, if you're good enough, you're old enough. Like, I'm not saying put all our hopes and aspirations on Mason Greenwood and give him the number 9 shirt and give him 90 minutes every game. But what I am saying is, give him starts, especially at home to teams like Crystal Palace and all these kind of teams. Give him a start. You've already put the pressure on the kid by saying when he does play, he's going to score goals. He's the most natural finisher over Martial, who we know is brilliant, and Rashford, not so brilliant as clinical, but that's pressure in itself. And you said, basically, which I don't really truly believe, I just think they just want to spend a piece. But you've covered your ass by saying the reason why we didn't replace Lukaku is because we want a clear pathway to Mason Greenwood. So play him. Bro,
as I've been saying it, Ollie's a politician, bro. Like, I said, off his press conferences alone, I'd have given him an 8-year deal. Because he always said, he always says the right things, bro. Man's David Cameron out here, blood. He's just out here selling dreams. He says all the right things. But play Mason then. Play Mason then.
And on the Gomez situation,
play him as well.
He scored on tour, he
played well. Tour, and he played very well on tour. Play him.
Done it against Tottenham as well. I think it was Alderweireld that he kind of went around with that 1-2. He's doing it against proper players. I saw it with my own eyes there. Bro, I know it's a pre-season friendly, but you can't tell me that Gomez can't at least do what Lingard's doing.
But that's what I mean. And then some people are going to try and take it as, oh yeah, now we're going in on Ollie. No, we're not. I always said if Ollie keeps the same energy throughout that he's had, then I'm going to keep the same energy towards him, bro. Like, just because we're critiquing what he's doing, that don't mean that we're not behind him.
Exactly.
And that we don't want him to do well.
It's our right as fans, and hold on a second.
But
it's our right as fans to do that.
We're just saying what we see, innit? Exactly. And right now, there's a lot of conflicting messages coming out of his mouth and what's actually going on, bro. Do you know what I mean? And we just want to see that same energy kept.
And the biggest frustration, because we finished with the question, now we're going to just look ahead to Southampton. The biggest frustration for me is that we're seeing one thing and then seeing another, because there are positives. We're not lying when we're saying we're happy with the fact that there's no Young, there's no Smalling, there's no Jones. Obviously Young's back in now, but because of the injury, you know, Matic is out. Like, I see where we're trying to go on that side. But on this side, I'm like, but that doesn't make sense. But that is easily fixable. Just give Greenwood a start. You can see Lingard's output's not good. Just tweak, just do this. But we'll see what happens on it. That's the questions done, so thank you lot for doing that. Let's wrap up today's show. Quick look ahead to the Southampton game. What changes are you making, if any? Tactically, team selection, formations, what are you saying?
I just don't know. Ollie's not going to change the formation, innit? Because Ollie doesn't change the formation, really.
So it'll be a 4-3-3 again.
It'll be a 4-2-3-1, innit? For me, like, I like the look of James on the left. Honestly, I'd drop Rashford, bruv. I would. He's been crap.
But who do you play on the right?
For like 12 months.
Did you start Greenwood?
Who cares, bruv? You know the ones. I'd play Mason. I would. I'd drop Rashford, bruv, because at least we'd have someone to come off the bench that people need to worry about.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you know what I mean? Like, drop him, bruv. Like, I would. I think he's been trash. And I remember the season when Mourinho was alternating him and Martial coming on and making an impact. For me, just drop Rashford. I've had enough of the guy, bruv. Like, honestly, like,
let's give him some time to reflect.
Give him some time, like, because it's like they gave
him some time. It's only 3 games in.
But they gave him the
Could he not play himself?
They gave him the number 10 shirt. They gassed him up. They're letting him take free kicks, man. It's all too much. Like,
that's got to change.
Like, he's just not that good. Man, I'm talking about who's going to take the penalties. Why is he still on free kicks, bruv? I think I've only seen him score like 2 ever. ever.
And the one against Cardiff on Ollie's first.
Someone pull up his free kick conversion rate, bruv. It must be like in the single digits, bruv.
Oh, it is 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So what the hell is he doing on them? You know what I mean? And everyone's talking about who's taking penalties, bro.
Training, it must be double figures.
And everyone's talking about penalties. Why is he taking our free kicks, bro?
More importantly, yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Way more free kicks than
it's one of them ones where, the guy has the capability, and I always said this is why he reminds me of Nani so much. He has the capability to produce world-class moments.
Yeah.
And a lot of you football fans, only see moments, bruv, and you encapsulate
base the whole opinion off
a player on moments, bruv. On moments, bruv. Andros Townsend got goal of the season, bruv. That was a moment, but he's not a top winger. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, Crystal Palace is his level.
Yeah.
Crystal Palace is Rashford's level, blood. Saying that, Wolf Zaha's better than him. So, do you see what I'm trying to say? You see what I mean?
But that's it, but there you go. But that just shows the imbalance of things when you got to look at the consistency.
So don't look at moments, to judge a player, bruv. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, he can't consistently give us more than a 6 out of 10, bruv. Because he's not good enough.
How many goals is he going to get this year?
I want him to get 20 in all competitions.
Of course you want him to. What do you think he's
going to get? But I just don't know, bruv, because I think 10 was the most he ever got in one season in the
13,
league.
I think, so.
10 in the league or something. 10 in the league, bruv. I want my centre-back to get that. Do you know what I mean? John Terry was doing that. Do you know what I mean? Harry Maguire can get us 10 goals. Do you know what I mean? With his big head, bruv. Do you know what I mean? As a striker, that's disgusting.
Well, he won't because we ain't got someone who can whip the ball.
Throw man out with a bathwater for them kind of goals. 10. Get out of here, bruv.
So you're dropping Rashford for that game
in the midfield? I'd put him in the bench.
What are you doing with Jesse Lingard? Honestly, for this Southampton game.
Honestly, like, I think that you don't drop him and Rashford. I would, but you don't, innit?
Yeah, you don't. So yeah, what are you? What, so you leaving Lingard in the 10?
Bro, I don't even know, bruv. Like, you could argue, you could just stick him on the right, bruv. He's trash, bruv. But it's like, do you know what I mean?
I'll take him out.
Bruv, they're both as bad as each other, bruv.
I would. I'll take
them both out. Do you see what we're doing here now? You take them both out, bruv.
I would start Greenwood on the right.
Our academy's killing us, blood.
I'll start Greenwood on the right. I'd start
Mason's the only English youth
Daniel
that
James
plays,
on the left, and I'd bring Gomez in.
Mason is the only English don that I play, bruv. Because right now, English players are letting us down. Him and Harry Maguire plays, obviously. Oh yeah, and Wan-Bissaka. I forgot we got them too.
That's what I'm saying, Brexit.
Before we had them, English players were whack.
There you go, but we got some good ones now.
We got some good ones.
Let's finish off. Score prediction. It's how long to be straight.
2-1. 2-1. I'm just gonna say that because De Gea will probably concede again, bruv. Because
2-1 wins,
yeah.
I don't know.
We don't know, blood.
I feel like it's gonna be a draw.
Because we're a mid-table team, blood. We could go there and do a 2-2 thing.
Yeah, I think it's definitely that. I think look.
And people can say, "Oh, why are you being so negative, bro?" We're being realistic.
It's just the reality.
We know what team we support now. Like, take away your feelings for the club, innit? Yeah. Just focus on the team. These 11 players that are gonna be out there and what they're doing. Yeah. Like, it's not good enough, bro. You can't expect miracles from these men.
I think 2-1's a safe scoreline to go for a lot of our games. Because I think, A, we're going to concede.
Like I say 2-1 either way in there.
2-1 both ways, that is it. That's what I'll put on my slip. There you go. Thanks for watching the Flex and Rants show. You can catch me at FlexUTD across all the socials, Instagram, Facebook and Twitter. Rants.
And it's at Rants and Bants. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and obviously hit up the YouTube channel as well.
Make sure, man, make sure. We will see you guys this time next week. Actually, we're a little bit late this week, so apologies on that. This guy's swanning off.
I was on holiday, B, but it's all right anyway.
The season starts.
My next holiday's in the international break.
All these bad results, leaving me to deal with the shit.
It's all right. It's all right.
But yeah, you're back with it now, innit, for the rest of the season. So yeah, peace. Later. Big thank you to you guys for watching the latest of our videos, and if you want to check out more, make sure you do that just to the right of me. We are the biggest and best Manchester United channel in the world. Make sure you check us out on all of the socials as well: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. The socials are along the bottom. Peace.